Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shirani. Today I'll be showing you how I make these delicious buttermilk biscuits from scratch. I'm starting off by putting some self-rising flour in my bowl. And if you can't get self-rising flour, no big deal, it's easy to make your own. But it's just easily available where I live, so I always have it on hand. To that, I'm adding some butter flavor shortening and butter. Make sure your butter and shortening is cold, so I pop it in the freezer 10 minutes before I was ready to use it. I'm just using my pastry cutter to cut the shortening and butter in. If you don't have one, you can just use 2 knives to do that. It will get the job done, it will just take a little bit longer. You just want to keep doing that until it resembles coarse crumbs. And in between, just use a fork to clean off your pastry cutter and then keep going. I'm sorry if I sound like this, guys, but I'm getting sick, so please excuse me. In Belize, we don't make biscuits, we make Johnny cake. But I love them both. I could never pass up a biscuit or a Johnny cake. When I moved here many years ago and had my first biscuit, it was so strange for me to call it biscuit because I'm so used to calling a biscuit in Belize is what they call cookies here. So I couldn't think of this as being biscuit. To me, biscuit are cookies, right? But anyways, I got over it, I got used to it. Because here, if I'm telling someone about a biscuit, they're thinking about this, they're not thinking about cookies. But anyways, Belizean people know what I talk about. But it's so funny just to think about how we say things differently. I'm adding my buttermilk and I'm just using a spoon to stir it around. And you don't want to overwork the dough. You just want to stir it until everything sticks together. Now it's time to roll out your dough, and you want to put some flour on the countertop before you put the dough down just so it doesn't stick, and also put some on your rolling pin and some on the dough. And then you want to roll this into a rectangle and fold it over, and then roll it into a rectangle again and fold it over. And you want to do this for 5 times. You're just trying to create layers in your biscuit. After I've done that for 5 times, I'm going to roll the dough out to about 1/2 inch thick, and then I'm dipping my biscuit cutter in some flour and then cut it out. And do this each time you cut the biscuits out just so it doesn't stick. I'm putting these on a parchment lined baking sheet. So you just want to take all the extra dough and roll it out again and cut out your biscuits. They won't look as pretty as your first one, but who cares? I mean, no biscuit will ever look the same. Plus, who have a biscuit police in their house? Not me. When you put them on a baking sheet, make sure they touch because that will help them to rise. I'm baking these at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. After I took them out of the oven, I'm going to brush them with some melted butter. Oh my gosh, look at these! I want some right now. You guys, I'm so proud of these biscuits because I didn't grow up making biscuits. I grew up making Johnny cake. But oh my gosh, these are so good. Look at the layers. You have to give this recipe a try. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not yet subscribed, I'll be glad to have you. I'll talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.